Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. Before I get into today's topic, I just want to say that I hope everybody out there had a great holiday season. I know by the time this airs, it's a little bit into January or whatever, but I did this in advance. So I just wanted to make sure everybody had fun. And there's a few people I wanted to say hey to before I got going. In the last year, a lot of people helped me out. A lot of people made their new debuts and made a lot of new channels. And I just wanted to say to everybody out there that took the step and turned it and made a YouTube channel, way to go. We are proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself because it takes a lot to do this. And yes, I'm yammering. I'm sorry. Yammering's what I do best. Let's get into today's topic. Everybody's heard of the character that we're going to talk about today, if you're into comics. If you haven't heard of it, you obviously really don't like these comics, and it makes sense. The topic of today is the Joker. Now, the thing about the Joker is he is by far one of the longest running characters in comics history. I mean, he outdates so many different characters and so many villains, but he has always remained, and he has always been a classic. And he has been around for so long that you could fill videos, like literally hours, spend hours talking about him. Now, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this very brief, because I'm only going to cover, of course, one particular part of the Joker mythos, whichever you pronounce it. He was created by Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson, making his debut back in 1940 in issue 1 of Batman. Yes, that book. The credit for the character has been disputed, and the true story will probably never come out because all three of the people who've been claimed to make the creation of the Joker have passed on. So this is probably, unless we come across a fourth person who was there and can say for certain what happened, we'll never 100% know. The first appearance of the Joker was also planned to be his last appearance. They wanted to kill him off, but editorial stepped in and said, this guy's too good. Keep him alive. We're going to use him again. Over the years, the Joker's had several personalities and appearances, and as in, like, how his suit looks. He wore a jacket a lot in the early years, but he doesn't anymore. He has always worn a purple and green suit. The purple suit with the green highlights, especially his hair. He has been a psychopath. He's also been a lunatic in terms of being, one of those crazy villains who likes and does the gags and all that other stuff, right? Because of the Comics Code Authority, they had to make him less of a killer and more of a ridiculous guy. Luckily, in the 60s, at the end of the 60s, early 70s, Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil brought him back to being the psychotic guy that we all know and love, and thus ending the third thing. The best story to cover these three eras, if you haven't read it, read the Batman, The Three Jokers. It's a 3-issue miniseries put out on the Black Label. It is a great read, and honestly, it would explain a lot if this is the true origin of the Joker. The Joker has been known, in terms of the underworld of DC, he is very scary. According to the Trickster in the book Underworld Unleashed #1, when villains want to scare each other, they tell Joker stories, which tells you this. The Joker is even more feared than Lex Luthor in the DC universe. It's amazing the kind of personalities they give. And even now, and I'm going to show this briefly, even now they are creating more and different and deadlier versions of him. If you haven't picked this up and read it, do so. This is a great build up for a story. I'm going to have to buy Absolute Batman 16 now. See what happens? the Joker's personalities are so endowed in our culture, and the Joker is so in our culture that two people, but I couldn't find out who, two people have apparently done analysis of the Joker as their doctoral thesis and have passed and become doctors as a result. That is amazing. I wish I could find more. I found two sources showing that, but they didn't mention who, and they didn't put links to where. So to me, this is an interesting fact. I don't know if it's 100% sure, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Because there's so much for the Joker we could cover, whatever, I've decided to make it easy. I am not even going to, and I'm going to show the Joker series that came out from 2021 to 2022. The series was written by James Tynion IV and worked with various artists such as Guillaume March, Francesco Francavilla, Stefano Raffaele, Giuseppe Camanucci, and Cam Smith. Matthew Rosenberg also helped write a couple of the issues, but he was more of a plotter as opposed to Tynion. Tynion did all the writing as far as I can tell. Every issue of this series, by the way, has a backup story featuring Punchline, because this story came out literally just after Punchline 1 came out, and the Punchline storyline that's inside them is the follow-up to what happened in Punchline 1 and what happens with her. Bluebird, if you're Harper Row, if you're familiar with Batman at all, is a part of that storyline as well. So basically, this series follows the Joker and James Gordon in the aftermath of the Joker War. James is being hired to kill the Joker, but in reality, he plans on bringing him in by the book, as always. But he takes the job. Batgirl is involved in the story because Barbara Gordon and the Joker, of course, are linked forever due to events of an Alan Moore making, shall we say. And, there is also a cannibalistic cult involved in this book. If this hasn't, appealed to you already just with the Joker and James Gordon, go for the flesh eaters. Okay? The series was started in May 2021 and ended in September 2022. There are 15 issues plus an annual for a total of 16 books. I'm not going to get into the details of the books. I am going to show the covers. This is a series, though, I cannot stress enough. You must read this, especially if you're a fan of the Batman or DC Comics in general. Here we've got issue 1. Joker sitting in his throne, so to speak. Issue 2 with James Gordon and having a, Joker card. The funny part about this story, and I will say this, is that in the beginning, the Joker doesn't even realize he's being followed, and he goes on holiday. This is issue 3. Issue 4. And then we've got a reference to a bunch of other people in the, you got Barbara Gordon, Bane's daughter. You've got the Court of Owls being referenced. James Gordon, this is a very interesting cover for number 4. This is a very detailed series, which is one of the reasons why I could not sit down and make synopsises. There's just too much time from book to book. So this is why I recommend you go out and get it yourself. This is number 5. And number 6. Issue 7, where the Joker apparently can fly a plane. That's one of the other cool things about the Joker. The Joker seems to be a jack of all trades, similar to Batman, in the sense that he seems to know what to do whenever he has to do it. Here is Bane's daughter catching the Joker. The cool thing about this storyline is that like four different sets of organizations slash people are out to get the Joker, and the Joker has to, avoid all of them. Number 9, number 9. Joker looks like he's gotten the kick, the crap out of him. The crap kicked out of him. There are days, you shouldn't get out of bed. Here we go, the Joker. Apparently, he feels in this cover on number 10 that he's manipulating everybody else and that he's the true mastermind. Here we have number 11, where he walks into the cannibal's lair. By the way, the cannibals are involved because they want to eat the Joker. I think. Am I lying? Read the book. Then we've got here number 12. Someone's about to catch up to James. Sorry about that. And we have issue 13. Issue 13 of the Joker. Pardon me. Issue 14. And of course, the penultimate climax issue, number 15. Deep down, you always know somehow. Stop. Pardon me, that's my work phone. I don't know why it's ringing. I'm off. My apologies. This is number 15. And here, of course, is the annual. The annual is slightly off. It has elements of the storyline, but there is, as you can see, Batgirl and James Gordon is on there, and the Joker is in his hat and coat. So this by itself could be read, but it's fun to read it in the context of the rest of the story. This, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the more, can I use the word fun when it comes to the Joker? I suppose that's true. One of the more interesting stories that I've read involving the Joker. Too often, a lot of the Joker stories I find is like, oh, he's free again, oh, he's killing people, and Batman puts him away. It is always a lot more interesting when the Joker is involved in something else, or in this case, people trying to actually kill and or capture him, and vice versa, and all this stuff. So my advice to you is to read this book, okay? Read this series. Okay, seriously. Sorry, guys. I can't turn the phone off because it's something to do with the government. Anyway, thank you very much. If you've made it this far into the video without going, oh my God, that phone. Thank you very much for joining me today. I want you to read this story. If you do, or if you have, please like, comment, subscribe below. Please like, comment, subscribe below anyway. But more in particular, have you read this? If so, what did you think? Do you plan on reading it? Do you have a phone that goes off at the wrong time all the time? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.